Tonight, we have new information about the victims of an unidentified serial killer in New York who taunted their families after his gruesome crimes. This is the Gilgo Beach murders, and they have been the focus of documentaries, podcasts, and movies. The killer preying on at least 10 victims that we know about over a period of 20 years. And now, after more than a decade investigating, police say they're making some progress in solving this mystery, but they need the public's help to finally catch this killer. Tom Negevin is on the story for us tonight and joining us live with the very latest and the plea from detectives to the public tonight. Tom.
Right. Marnie, this has been a mystery for a long time, and we now know a bit more about four of the victims. We know what they were doing before they were killed, and there's new surveillance video that has police hopeful they'll soon get a tip that will crack this cold case. It has stumped investigators for more than a decade. The unsolved killings of mostly young women whose remains were found along a highway on Long Island in 2010 and 2011. Most of the victims were sex workers. Police now releasing new details about four of them and their whereabouts before they disappeared. 25-year-old Maureen Brainerd Barnes, believed to be the first victim, was living in Connecticut, traveling to Manhattan to work as an escort. 24-year-old Melissa Bartholomew was last seen at her apartment in the Bronx. 27-year-old Amber Lynn Costello was never even reported missing. And 24-year-old Megan Waterman, last spotted at a hotel in New York. Her final moments captured on surveillance video and recently released. Waterman seen coming and going over a 3-day period.
Based on what we know right now, we believe she did leave the hotel that night to meet her killer.
After her family reported her missing, police found Megan Waterman's body in a marsh along a beach. It was the disappearance of another sex worker, Shannon Gilbert, that triggered a hunt that exposed a much larger mystery and the remains of other women. Police have been stalled in their investigation, uncertain whether they're looking for one or more serial killers. In February, forming a new task force, hopeful the release of new video will help with the investigation.
We always went to get videos out just so hopefully something can maybe jar somebody's memory that could give us some information that can help us lead in the right direction in the investigation.
But the attorney for Shannon Gilbert's family says police aren't doing enough.
This is the first step, but it's a very small baby step towards what should be done, which is to bring the public into this case. It's the only way this will be solved.
Ray is demanding that police release a 22-minute 911 call Gilbert made while running and frantically saying she was going to be killed. Suffolk police have withheld the release of the recording, saying it's part of the investigation. And that investigation looking a bit more promising to police tonight for a couple of other reasons, Marty. One of them is an increase in the reward thanks to Crime Stoppers. Police in Suffolk County, New York say that's doubled now to $50,000.
Let's hope money talks. All right, Tom, thank you. Alexis Linkletter is the host of Investigation Discovery's podcast called Unraveled, Long Island Serial Killer, and has been looking into this case and knows more than most. Alexis, we appreciate you coming on tonight. So obviously we know the motivation of police releasing these details of these four women, the Gilgo Four. It gives a face and a bit of a story to all four of them, to Maureen, Melissa, Megan, and Amber, all believed to be sex workers. Did they have anything else in common that we now know about?
Nothing new. I mean, as far as what they've released, other than 3 out of the 4 of them lived elsewhere and would commute to Long Island, especially the nights they went missing, there's nothing new that is a commonality between the 4 of them.
You know, they have a pretty good clue, the fact that the killer called and taunted some of the families, and so they heard his voice. How helpful has that been as part of the investigation?
As far as how helpful it's been towards the investigation, it's unclear because the police haven't shared that. We know now with this new information that they also called from Freeport and Lindenhurst. Prior to that, we only knew it was Massapequa and Long Island, Massapequa and Manhattan, excuse me. So again, it's unclear, and it would have been a lot more helpful had they released this information 12 years ago. These are pretty obtuse details to release 12 years later and expect people to have jogged memories about these kind of minor details.
Right.
So it's disappointing. And I commend Rodney Harrison for doing the right thing now, but the previous administrations had no reason to hold these details back, and they did.
Yeah. And I mean, they're pretty intricate details of their whereabouts. I mean, the hotels they were in, you can see the motel, when they left, who they spoke with, who they told people they were going to see. With this suspect, have there ever been any indication from police that they had a person of interest, they were zeroing in on anyone after all these years? Or does it feel like the further we get away from it, the further we get from answers?
The further we get away from it, the further we get from answers. Although I am encouraged with Rodney Harrison. He's released a lot of information, and I've heard sort of off the record and through the grapevine that they're taking some pretty extreme measures to solve this. So I'm encouraged. But the previous administrations, it's really shocking what they refused to release and for what reason. Because every piece of information that's released, we struggle to understand why they waited so long.
Did they ever say why? I mean, obviously, the story never went away. The families kept pressuring police. Did they ever have an answer as to why they kept it so close to the vest?
Nope, they had an HR response. Just, we're using our discretion to release what we think won't harm the investigation and what's useful and what the public could aid us in. But as they release these details, it's nothing explosive that we could understand how it would have hindered the investigation potentially.
Alexis, real quick before I run out of time with you, I mean, DNA seems like that would be a no-brainer in a case like this. You've got so many victims all in the same area. There's got to be a ton of DNA evidence. Have they given any information as to where that trail has led?
They have not, but the hope is as DNA technology gets more intricate, hopefully they're working on touch DNA. Oh. And we've heard some things that possibly they're exploring that.
Let's hope so. And as I said a moment ago, I hope money talks, because now they've got a hefty reward for anybody who remembers anything about these poor women who were killed. Alexis Linkletter, appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.